Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am currently in my bathroom. I was getting myself ready for today and I was going through a few things that I do on a regular to prep my skin, and I just decided that I'd do a little video on how I got rid of my skin pigmentation and my stretch marks. It was super random, but it popped in my head, and I know a few women have been asking me like, girl, like, what did you do? Looks like you didn't even have stretch marks. Did you have stretch marks? Things like that. And I went through pregnancy. From those of you who have been following me for a while, I have a daughter who is now 1.5, and a lot of people were kind of just like amazed because when you look at my stomach, it kind of looks like I didn't have any at all. So I kind of just wanted to let you guys know what I personally did to get rid of my stretch marks. Now, this may or may not work for you. You may or may not, feel as though this did work for you if you have done this already, but I'm just going to tell you what I personally did to have my body go from looking like this to having my body now looking like that. First things first, I want to go over stretch marks. People get stretch marks from just about anything. You get it from puberty. You get it from, sometimes it's like genetic for some people. Also, people who obviously are going through like pregnancy get stretch marks. It's just kind of like, your skin stretching at a faster rate than what it normally is, and you get these little tiger stripes. I want to start off by saying there is nothing wrong with you having stretch marks. If you choose that you want to improve them, fine. If you're a woman who went through pregnancy and you got stretch marks, wear that, honey. There's a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to have kids, so you're able to bear, kind of like war stripes, and it's a blessing because it's like, God was able to give you birth, and there's a lot of people who have a hard time, conceiving children. For those of you who's genetic, you may not have never wanted them to begin with, but just wanted to let you know there's nothing wrong with stretch marks. They're natural, and unfortunately, we all can't have $1 billion to go in and get surgery and change it. So that's why I'm here, because I'm going to try to help you out and at least kind of get them where they don't even really look as visible as they may now. We're going to go over the first product that I was using as far as the process with me removing my stretch marks. And the first thing that I actually used was brown sugar. I was using brown sugar as kind of like an exfoliating scrub. It's natural, it was just something that I had that I could just use and make a quick scrub out of. I didn't have to keep going back to the store. And what I would do is I would actually put some brown sugar into a container, and then I'd use whatever oil or whatever the case may have been, and I'd mix it up, whatever oil you choose, kind of like so you can make it like a little like scrub. Now it gets messy, so you may want to do this in a shower. When you're in the shower, I would suggest for you to use warm water and not hot water. The reason why I say warm water is because hot water actually will crack your skin, and it also dries your skin out. And in order for you to kind of decrease the look of stretch marks, you want to add more moisture to your skin. So I'd say use warm water. Also, if you're a pregnant woman or a woman who went through pregnancy, you should kind of be used to using warm water because you're not supposed to use really hot water. But nonetheless, use the warm water. Take the little mixture you had. Don't do it where it's like super drippy. Do it where it's like kind of like a thicker scrub, like you can kind of scoop it and it's like a good clump on your hand. Fortunately, I don't have any other products with me, or I would actually show you. But in the picture, you can kind of see the type of consistency I'm speaking of. So go ahead, take your warm water, as you normally would, allow it to go rinse over your body, and then take a little bit of the scrub and start exfoliating over top of those stretch marks. Now, this is kind of like exfoliating over any of the dead skin. It's kind of breaking up all the barriers that's stopping you from getting to the source of the stretch marks. And it actually helps improve, the kind of look of the stretch marks. You would think not, because you're like, oh, you're scratching it or whatever the case may have been. But this is just what I personally did. I took the brown sugar scrub. I scrubbed it not too hard, not too harsh, but just lightly over top of it, just a little bit. and then I will rinse myself off, do my regular body routine, rinse myself off. Then after I get out of the shower, I go into my second thing, which would be shea butter. Now, if you don't like shea butter, you can use coconut butter or any type of, I guess, like thicker cream. I personally just use shea butter. The next best thing I would say next to shea butter would be cocoa butter. But if you don't want to use either one of those, I just tell you to use like a very heavy moisturizing cream. And kind of blot yourself down dry. Don't like rub yourself super hard or anything. Kind of blot it down, keeping a little bit of moisture in, because when you get into warm water, it opens up your pores. Go ahead, rub that wherever the stretch marks may be. If it's on your arms, if it's on your boobs, rub it all over that so that you're able to get it to seep into your skin, and so your body's able to absorb able to absorb those products, and you're able to allow your skin to become moisturized. Now, I would just take a little bit of shea butter. I would use raw shea butter personally, and I would kind of just rub it all over my stomach. I would rub it in some of the areas where like it was a little lighter, because this worked for me with darker stretch marks, the ones that are like purple or red. Also the ones that were a little lighter, which means they were a little older. And it's better to get on it while they're like purple or red, because that means they're fresh. So I will go ahead and I will rub it all over, make sure I was very much so lathered in it. You're going to kind of look like a greased chicken, or like you hopped in to like a pot of grease, but it's okay. And just kind of make sure your body is very much so moisturized. I would use as much as you feel as though you need. Personally, I feel like shea butter you don't need a lot of, because it's already thick. But like I said, go ahead and rub that all over your body. A few things that shea butter is actually good for is for healing wounds. It's actually good for eczema, reducing dry skin, minor burns, relief from swelling and rashes. They say it can help with pain from arthritis. It improves stiffness and muscle pain. It helps with skin discoloration, stretch marks, and also blemishes. Now, my third step in this process, after putting on the shea butter, after doing my scrub, I would then go ahead and I personally use organic coconut oil. If you do not like coconut oil, I would suggest for you to use like an olive oil, or vitamin E oil is really good. Anything that's organic, not anything that has any other oils or anything mixed into it, something that's organic, fresh, raw. I use organic, unrefined coconut oil, and I would kind of lather in my hands, and I will put it all over my stomach or wherever it was that I kind of like lathered my body with the shea butter previously, and I would just go ahead and coat that so it could seal in all of that moisture. So that's what I did, and I would just do that about maybe like 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm just going to kind of go over some of the good things about coconut oil. Now, coconut oil is also known for healing wounds. It's good for moisturizing skin. They say it reduces inflammation, and it says that it also possesses some antimicrobial properties, as well as keeps the skin away from bacteria. Now, I would use those 3 things: the shea butter, the olive or coconut oil, and then I'll also use the scrub. And I would just do it about twice a day. I would do it in the morning and I would do it at night. And it didn't necessarily happen overnight. So I don't want you guys to think you're going to start this process and like 2 weeks, your body's going to be back to normal. It's not how it works. It actually took me, I want to say I've seen really good results in about like 2.5 to 3 months. My skin started getting a little lighter. My stretch marks kind of started to look like they were going down from the purplish red color to like more of like my skin color. The whiter ones kind of looked like they were blending in with my skin. And about 4 to 5 months into using it, I felt personally like my stretch marks were almost completely gone. This right here is a picture of what my body currently looks like. Now, a lot of these pictures, you have to understand, I do take pictures on a regular basis. So some of them may have some editing and stuff, but as far as my body's concerned, there's not much editing to it. Some of the pictures don't have editing at all, but my body, for the most part, anybody who sees it like personally will tell you like you cannot see any stretch marks. Now I can, because it's my body and you can clearly see your body changes, but from like camera's perspective and other people's perspective, they're like, what are you talking about? So it definitely helped me doing this process to kind of eliminate the stronger appearance of stretch marks. So I just wanted to relay the message, because I know it's a lot of moms out there, and after pregnancy you get really insecure about your body and what it looks like, or being a teenager kind of going through puberty and you're like, oh, it doesn't look cute. I know when I was a teenager I had like the stretch marks on my butt and I hated them. I would cover them. Now I give anything, you know, to only have stretch marks on my butt. And although you can no longer really see my stretch marks, like they're still there. They don't completely go away because it is the stretching and the breaking of your skin. But you can barely see them. So, I mean, I definitely suggest you guys to try it, and I definitely do it in that order. I know some people do the oil first and then the shea butter, but shea butter actually locks in that moisture, and then the oil seals in the shea butter to lock in that moisture. So it's like protection over protection, if that makes any sense. I just wanted to kind of just relay the message, and I wanted you guys to kind of try it out. Let me know how it works out for you. Let me know if you're seeing any differences. Do not contact me in like a week talking about some girl, it ain't work. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me know how it works out for you. And if everything kind of works out in your favor, please let me know that it worked out, because I would love to know how it worked out for you and if you've seen any improvements. But these were just the steps that I personally did to reduce, you know, the look of stretch marks for my skin. I want to thank you guys all for watching, and if there's anything else you want to know as far as like how I kept up with it and things like that, please comment down below and I'll be sure to answer you. As far as now, I will see you guys in my next video because I gotta go. Good luck.